Hey everyone, how's it going? Five Finger Shuffle back here with another video, and this just popped up in the notices, so I wanted to go over it. We have a quick update preview. As you guys know, when we get these update previews before Tuesday night, it usually means something pretty huge, and this will not disappoint. Um, I've already read through it because it was a little bit confusing, and I wanted to make sure I could make this as quick as possible. So basically the beginning just talks about what they've done and what they plan on doing, nothing really in terms of details. That being said, this is what's next. So the challenge grounds that are currently there, like there's the Isaiah challenge, the Corvus challenge, I think the Crozet challenge, they're going to be replaced with these new training grounds. Um, Basically, they're saying that it was too easy before and they want to make it challenging. So now there's going to be these new challenges that you can farm different things in. So including like the remember before we used to be able to farm some heroes and artifacts in there. So that will be in here now as well. Um, the new thing is going to be called Hall of Trials. Players will be able to purchase exclusive equipment using Wisdom's Gaze, which can be obtained from Hall of Trials. The amount of gaze obtained will depend on the grade of the recorded score. So sort of like a world boss kind of deal. Um, the higher the score you get, the more gaze you get, which then you can exchange for more stuff. The boss who appears in Hall of Trials may change weekly, or the types of debuffs that can be used on the boss can be changed weekly. So if you look at this right here, you guys can see my mouse, right? Yeah. So right here it says disadvantage. Decreases damage dealt by ranger heroes by 30%. So if you bring rangers in there, the damage dealt will be decreased by 30% on those heroes only. And immune from decreased hit chance debuff. So if you try and decrease the boss's hit chance, it won't work. And then at the same time, mage heroes are granted increase in attack and increases damage dealt against boss monsters. We can't read the rest of that. But so basically, they're going to force us to use different things. You can also see here it's going to be open for a month. So it'll be open in stages. There's the first stage, and the next one opens in 6 days, next one 13 days, next one 20 days. They do mention that in these notes that each boss will be up for a month, at least during the quote unquote preseason. You can also see down here at the bottom, it has a little practice battle thing. So this is going to take special currency. You can see at the top here, it says 0 out of 3. The currency will be given, I forget what they said. We'll get to that though, but the currency is given to us. You can also buy more, but you will get your currency topped up, kind of like Abyss or Labyrinth or anything like that. So basically, you come in, do your things, and you'll be able to get this new gear, which I find is really interesting. So let's get down to that. Players will be able to enter Hall of Trials using exclusive token and not energy, which is really nice. I like that. Everybody's been complaining about energy, although it has been really good lately. They've been giving a lot of free energy out, especially with this event. But it is nice to have something that doesn't require more energy. Basically, we don't need Skystones to be able to do this. These tokens will be distributed weekly for free, and players will also have a chance to purchase them. Players may also have unlimited number of practice battles to ensure they find suitable strategy. So as we saw up here, you can just click practice battle, and you can go in and try it out. That way you don't waste your very limited energy. It does say it's distributed weekly, so according to the picture, we would only get 3 entries per week unless we buy more. Um, that does lead me to believe this is going to be very difficult, just so you guys are aware. And they do mention something on that later as well. Also, tokens won't be consumed for practice battles, which we knew. Wisdom's Gaze, only certain heroes will be able to equip exclusive equipment for which a separate equipment slot is unlocked when it is awakened to 5-star. So once you 5-star awaken your hero, the heroes that the equipment belongs to will get a new equipment slot. So there are only limited heroes available for this. Here's a quick picture of it. We're going to come back to this. Where does it say? So Chloe, Rose, Destina, and Wanderer Silk are the 4 units that are going to be getting this new equipment. I guess these are the 4 pictures here. We could have just looked at that. It looks really cool though. It says Life Monarch staff. I wish we could see the other ones. That is for Destina. What I don't really get and they don't really explain is how only one of these skill enhance effects will be applied. So it says at the bottom, one of the 3 skill enhance effects will be applied. Does that mean that we get to choose one and like it locks onto that, giving us different abilities? Or is it random? Or like how does this work? I really like this go because it does have a stat on it. Apparently, the quality of the stat also changes. I don't know if we can upgrade this or not, but the fact that you just get a bonus like 16% resistance on a unit like Destina is amazing. I'm actually really excited about this one in particular. So I'm kind of guessing that we'll be able to pick one. Um, I don't know how it's going to work, but I'm guessing we'll pick one of these skills. So you'd be like, for Destina, it'd be, okay, do I want her to dispel 1 debuff from the ally with the lowest health when using Key to an Oath? Oh, that's the name of the skill. I was like, Oath Key. Um, okay, so when using this skill, will it randomly dispel 1 debuff from an ally? Or would you like it to increase it to target's combat readiness by 20% when using regen? Or would you like, oh, that's the name of her first skill. Got it. Okay, cool. Okay, let me try this again. So maybe what that means, these are the names of her 3 skills. So I guess you get to pick, I'm only guessing here, but I'm guessing you get to pick which skill you want enhanced. So it will enhance, it does say enhance, I just didn't get that. So do you want the first skill to dispel a debuff as well? Do you want the second skill to increase target's combat readiness by an additional 20%, so it's already 30, that would make it a 50% CR boost? Or would you like her third skill to have 1 turn reduced cooldown? So I'm guessing you get to pick and lock it in which one you want. And it'll be the same for all 4 of those units. The idea is that every month they're going to add more units. So these would be the units for month 1, and then next month there'll be another 4 units. If you don't get the ones you want, you will be able to craft them in the steeple after this month is over. So at the end of the month, these units will go into the steeple, and then the new units will come in, and you'll have to do it that way. Also, in terms of, they did mention up here, like you can see here, this person has X amount of points. Your points will convert into these, whatever they're called, these kind of medals. And then once you get 40 of them, you'll be able to buy the exclusive equipment from a special exchange shop. Also, there's not much else in here. They do mention that they'll be releasing the buff notes this week, at some point this week. That will be for all the new units. So remember last week we talked about, I can't remember all who it was, but it was Lilibet, Basar, Assassin Collie, Euphine. I can't remember if there was a 5th one or not, but they were all, we were told that they were going to all be buffed. We are going to be getting those notes at some point this week. That buff is scheduled for September 5th, so 2 weeks from now on the Wednesday. So that won't be this week, but this here that they're showing us is coming this Wednesday, so only 2 days from now. So definitely be prepared for that, especially because it's going to be a short week. If the week resets on the Sunday and we get this on the Wednesday, we're going to have to make sure that we figure this out relatively quickly so we don't waste that those first set of entries. So again, the regular challenges will no longer be available. So if you haven't done the regular challenges, you may want to do them because there are rewards attached to those. I know one of them you can get a Molagora, stuff like that. So make sure you do the existing challenges before they disappear because they will be going away after this. Exclusive equipment is scheduled to be released every 4 weeks for new heroes. Newly released equipment will not be immediately available in the steeple, which we already mentioned, until the end of the month. The Molagora challenge and Goblin challenge will still exist, but they just won't be there anymore. They'll be somewhere in the side story as an event stage. Standard training ground will be replaced by Hall of Trials. We already knew that. Special time limited artifacts and heroes were previously obtained via challenges. New time limited artifacts and heroes that are released will now be made available via exchange in the Hall of Trials as temporary rewards. So basically, they'll be up in this exchange here instead if you want the new heroes and artifacts. So I guess that means you don't have to worry about um, like the RNG that comes with, oh, I had to do 20 runs just to get my one artifact. Um, so that's kind of nice actually, if that's how that ends up working out. And here it is. So Hall of Trials requires time and effort to clear. However, it will satisfy our players' desire to use new heroes in unique team compositions. I really like that part because things like that Destina, you can see like if it is the way I think it is, and you can just pick one skill to enhance, that's really cool. And you won't really. The only thing I don't like is that you're not gonna know what you're getting yourself into when you do it, right? Like if you attack a Destina, is it on a 5-turn cooldown or is it on a 4-turn cooldown? Does it have a cleanse or does it not? It's like adding a secondary artifact almost. Think of a healer. Does the healer have Rod? Does the healer have Idol's Cheer? Does the healer have Water's Origin? You don't really know. Now, it's going to be the same sort of thing, except it's now going to be with the extra artifact as well. The extra piece of gear as well, which is kind of neat. Hopefully there is a way to see in game what they're equipped with. Like with the artifacts, it pops up and says like Idol's Cheer when you hit them. Hopefully that also happens somewhere so we can see what we're fighting. Otherwise, it could be really confusing if you don't have all that memorized, especially at the beginning while we're getting used to it. The update that will occur on 8/22, which is this Wednesday, will also unlock a new region in Chapter 2. This is going to be called Mining City Aachen, uh, as well as the Hall of Trials and exclusive equipment. Also, new heroes await our heirs. We will post more detailed information about these additions in a separate notice. So that's always tomorrow, which is fine. We normally get that notice tomorrow. We're going to be getting basically an update on the new region, which is already in episode 2. We knew it was coming. We get a new one every month, so it's nice to be getting that now. Also, we're getting the Hall of Trials with the exclusive equipment and apparently new heroes. So that's kind of exciting. We haven't had any new heroes in a while. The last one we got was that fire guy. Kawazu or whatever the hell his name is that nobody's even built. So that's kind of neat. I'm glad we're getting new heroes. And finally, this is kind of big news here. They threw in at the end. I guess we're going to hear more about that tomorrow as well. Equipment improvements, Molagora improvements, guild improvements, and separate improvements are planned to be shared in the upcoming notice. I don't know if that means that they're coming tomorrow, like on Wednesday, or if they're just sharing the plans to improve them. It sounds like they're just sharing the plans to improve them at a later date, but that's promising. Molagora improvements, I'm guessing what that means is 3 stars won't take molas anymore, and there'll be yet another mola refund. This one will be obviously smaller because it'll only be for the 3 stars, which I know some people don't even have any 3 stars molad. Equipment improvements, I don't know what that could mean. Guild improvements, honestly I don't know. Maybe it'll something to do with the stats and the level or something. I have no idea, but we'll have to see. That will be coming in a future update notice, which should be on Tuesday night, which is like 24 hours from now. So stay tuned for that. Otherwise, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something from it and what I was trying to say made sense. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on this video because it does really help me out. And of course, we'll see you again next time. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day. Bye, guys.